Good afternoon. Thank you for giving me just a few minutes of your time over lunch before we all continue some great conversations that have already started. My name is Cory Morris. I'm the Vice President of Marketing at a digital agency in Kansas City, but the reason I'm here to talk to you today, just for, again, of just a few minutes here over lunch, is about our partnership between SEMPO and the Engage conference here. So if you're not familiar with SEMPO, this mission statement has actually just changed. This is a hot off the press revised mission statement for SEMPO, or you may have some memories or maybe even some baggage, to be fully honest, with what SEMPO does or didn't do for the industry over the years. So I serve as the VP of the city's program. It's been a big initiative since 2015, since it launched as our local outreach and networking engagement program. So in cities like this, where there's a vibrant, established event, we come alongside and partner. In other cities, we provide standalone events and organizations. So whether it's 50 people in a room or whether it's 1,000 in a room for a 2-day conference, we want to help partner with those organizations or those cities to make sure there's an in-person presence to allow marketers to come together to network and to learn together in the same room. In Kansas City, we aspire to be what Engage is. We have the Kansas City Search Conference, and we're a few years behind in organization, but it was because of the help of SEMPO and the SEMPO Cities program in 2015 to help us get off the ground. And again, as I mentioned here, we're just honored to be a partner and to share some common goals. So if you're not familiar with SEMPO, we're the Industry Trade Association. Some big changes coming this year. I just mentioned the cities program. The things that's coming right now we just announced our global search awards, and so those are open now for submissions. So if you are an agency or a brand marketer and you've done some awesome work in the past year or so, we encourage you to check that out on SEMPO.org. We're rolling out a new SEMPO Cares initiative, which provides partnership with eTherapy Pro for anyone in our industry seeking discounted or complimentary mental health services. We also, again, as I mentioned, are rolling out a little bit different focus. So as a trade association, what we want to do is provide value to our membership base. Much like you get value here locally through SEMPdx, we want to provide that globally. And so for us, that has become a minor shift in our focus to talent for employers and job training or any of the aspects of growing in your career on the employee side. So for us, that also will include later this year an accreditation or certification program. This is not replacing anything with your Google certifications. This is actually aligning with your industry-leading certifications. This is not a rollout of an industry code of ethics or standards. So I take a deep breath when I say that. And so when I talk about certification, this is a program, though, an extra credential if you're job seeking, if you're trying to show your affiliations and experience, a way to bolster that through an organized program. So those are the things coming. One other member benefit, this is probably worth the cost of membership alone, is the annual State of Search survey. We've enhanced that this year with it being the annual State of Search and Talent. And I've got just a few insights I want to share, as this is brand new data and research that in our partnership with Forrester became available last week. So this is just a first cut, but stuff I still want to show you here, and then I'll post this slide deck later on the event hashtag. So anybody who wants to grab these stats can feel free to do so there. So this, again, is our 13th annual version of this. What's unique about it is that we focus on different layers, including brands, marketers, and the mix to make sure that there's value in this data for anyone in the audience. So just to give you a few quick insights here, the very first one, some things that aren't surprises this year that we found in the research. The struggle of getting support for initiatives as being one of the top reported aspects of challenges for marketers. So when looking at total marketing efforts, what's the greatest challenge? So getting buy-in, of course, for digital initiatives, as well as getting more budget. So these things are not surprises, but as you go down the list here of our data, and again, I'll share out these slides, some interesting insights as to what factors in. With greatest challenges for SEO, it's interesting to see this swing, and that technical SEO is now right at the top of that list. Years ago, it was all about technical SEO, and that skill set has stuck out to me as something that is lacking, or that there's a swing or focus back toward. And again, otherwise, the next one there is buy-in for company-wide SEO strategy. Challenge with paid search, it's achieving ROI, and it's not always necessarily the ability to achieve it, but it's the chance to show it or attribute it or to get it understood. And then the second one there actually surprised me and stuck out to me too. It's all about landing pages and challenges with those. So again, while I'm not surprised by the return on investment, because that's what we're judged by, I am surprised a little bit about that landing page insight there as the second most popular response. So we also have some salary data. I'm not going to walk through every bar chart here, but again, I encourage you to watch for a tweet with these slides to download, because if you are an SEO in the room or a paid search marketer in the room, because with the paid search slide right after this, or someone employing them, we have this generalized slide based on our entire survey base. And again, this is just the first cut at this, but in the coming weeks, we will also have these market by market and more specifically broken out as well. So here's the paid search by title and by role. And when it comes to hiring or being hired, it stuck out to us because so many people in our industry are looking for that way to get the foothold, and many of us do hire entry-level people, but what stuck out in the overall survey data was that experience within SEO or paid search is critical. So there's a catch-22 if you're brand new to the industry and you don't have the experience and you're looking for it in other ways. And so there are definitely some things that we can pull out of this for conclusions as well. So, and then again, some very interesting things here on what you would want to look for in benefits, or what employees are looking for and what their benefits are beyond compensation. They're looking for community and looking for company engagement, or the day-to-day small perks of snacks, food, drink. So again, some great insights here. Again, I don't want to take up too much time. Just want to acknowledge a couple of our sponsors that help us put on the city's program. If you're not aware of Bing, they have a slide here for you. I'm sure everybody in the room is aware of them. DAC Group is also a sponsor of the city's event series, so every event globally that we do like this. And if you're interested in membership, I've got a small table in the far back right corner. If you're facing the stage, I've got a one sheet on membership options, but it's strategically positioned by the bar, and that's where I'll be during happy hour. If anybody has any questions, any feedback for SEMPO, positive or negative, I'll take it back to the board. And again, can't emphasize how much we appreciate being here and partnering with the Engage conference. Thanks.